Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh, yeah. I've been wanting this forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Yeah. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode podcast to talk about our favorite team. Huge shout out to the people that are currently in the chat right now. We got Ivan, we got Richie, we got Lego, we got Arizona Cardinal fan, we got T, AC, David. What's up, y'all? Appreciate you guys for being here in the chat. Do me a huge favor, smack up the like button. Let's do it for this, right? Smack up the like button because we have finally made it out of this long dreaded bye week, ladies and gentlemen. We've made it through 7 more days for an Arizona Cardinal game, and we got a lot to dive into today. Obviously, a lot of games that Cardinal fans should be keeping an eye on, right? If you're not one of those fans that like to watch football, if Cardinals don't play, I don't blame you. Let me fill you in what's currently going on right now in the world of the Arizona Cardinals and the division. But first things first, let me give a huge shout out here to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. That's going to be none other than BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sports book, BetUS is a way to go. Right now, if you use promo code YouTube150 upon signing up, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on the following two. That's going to be up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150. Of course, bet responsibly and bet within your means. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. Just like my guy here, Jay, in the chat says, rise up, Red Sea. Or he actually says, stand up, Red Sea. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, a lot to dive into today. Obviously, with all the games that's been happening, we have the San Francisco 49ers playing the Seattle Seahawks, and then you had the Rams taking on the Patriots. Now, to be honest with you, I don't know who this Rams team is. I really don't, right? Are they the Rams team that can't score a touchdown against the Miami Dolphins, which we beat by 1 point but scored more than 20 points on them? Or are they a team that just played a lucky team or played a less inferior team in the Patriots, right? We don't know what the Rams are looking like so far. But one thing that we can say is the 49ers are freaking frauds, ladies and gentlemen. The 49ers are freaking frauds. Right now, there's a lot of San Francisco 49er fans right now that are in absolute shambles. Right now, they do not know what to think. That they are, 1-3 in the division right now? Or are they 0-3 in the division? I probably should have actually looked that up here before I actually got started, but they are right now, they have fallen. They have fallen right now, ladies and gentlemen, to 5-5 on the season. This is a team that had Super Bowl aspirations, ladies and gentlemen. Super Bowl aspirations in the San Francisco 49ers. Now, granted, yes, we got one more win than they do, right? We're 6-4, so I'm not going to come out here and say we are completely blowing them out of the water. You know, not going to say that, but hey, at the top of the division is a really good place to be here, right? At the top of the division is a great place to be. So, actually, I don't even think that they have a win in the division at all so far this year. So they played the Rams, they lost. They played us, they lost, and they played the Seahawks, and they lost to the Seahawks. So they're 0-3 in the division right now. Wow. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. I'm telling you, shambles, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute shambles they're currently in right now. We do got a super chat coming in here from my guy, Ivan. What's up, Ivan? Appreciate the contribution, my guy. He says this, intro song gets me going every time. Cardinals W today without a game. 100%. 100%. Here's the thing. Regardless of what happened today, even if the San Francisco 49ers won, the Cardinals would have still been at the top of the division. That's the beautiful part of what we had going for us in this bye week, regardless, right? So I think the Cardinal fans would have been in a very, very... We're in a good spot regardless, right? Regardless if the 49ers, we would have been on the top regardless. But it's just sweeter. It's so much sweeter, ladies and gentlemen, that the San Francisco 49ers lost. Because like I said before, shambles. Absolute shambles for the San Francisco 49er fans right now. They don't know what to look. Oh, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. No, no, not Super Bowl. You guys are wild to think you're a Super Bowl contender right now. No, absolutely not. Right now, this is the way that the NFC West has shaken out after the 11-week matchups within the West. Obviously, you got the Cardinals still sitting at the very top at 6-4. You got the Rams at 5-5. You got the 49ers at 5-5, and then you got the Seattle Seahawks at 5-5 as well. So, regardless, right? Still at the top, doesn't matter, but a lot of implications to potentially look forward to in terms of who's the biggest threat, right? Let me ask you guys, chat. Who's the biggest threat right now in the NFC West for the Cardinals right now? Who's the biggest threat right now for the Arizona Cardinals in the West? Do you still think it's the San Francisco 49ers? Do you think it's the Rams? Do you think it's the Seahawks? Because let's talk about the Rams here real quick, shall we? Let's talk about the Rams. They did win a game today, so good for them. They ended up beating the Patriots 28-22, and there was an opportunity for the Patriots to win this game. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish the job, but there was an opportunity for the Patriots to win that game. But after this game, and I mean the New England Patriots game, they are set up with a pretty tough schedule after this game. So this was a must-win for them. It really was. After this game, they have the Eagles. They got the Saints, which I think the Saints are kind of hot and cold, but, you know, that one's kind of a wild card to me. And then they got the Bills, right? So they got 3 games that they probably aren't favored, right? In all of them. They're probably going to be favored maybe in the Saints game, but 3 games that they absolutely might go on a run or they might start declining. Now, after that third game, guess what? The 49ers. So they got 4 games coming their way that are absolutely going to be a brutal part of their schedule for the LA Rams. So they needed to win this game. Now, I ended up asking you guys here in the chat, who's the biggest threat to the Cardinals right now? Let's take a look to see what people are saying. We have Seahawks. Wow, really? We got the Rams right now, the Rams. Ivan says Rams. Stafford is cooking. Okay, all right. To be honest with you, I don't believe in the 49ers anymore. I really don't. I think the 49ers, they just don't know how to win, right? Now, Kittle not being there is a big, big X factor. It really is. Kittle's a big part of that offense. Now, you would have thought that Deebo Samuel would go crazy. Nope. You would have thought that Christian McCaffrey would go absolutely nuts. Now, granted, he did have a lot of carries under his belt when, you know, trying to recover from his injury that he was gone for most of the season so far. But, I mean, he was 19 carries for 79 yards. I mean, I don't know. This isn't the Christian McCaffrey that I'm used to seeing, right? So it's still taking Christian McCaffrey to kind of get his legs up under him. And even like his receiving, he was 4 receptions, 27 yards. So he had over 100 yards from scrimmage, which is nothing to sneeze at. But I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more for Christian McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel was absolutely, there was nothing there. But their number one guy was Jawan Jennings. That man was absolutely beasting today. If he didn't show up, I don't know if this game would have been as close as it was, to be honest with you. I am so happy that the results turned out the way that it did. The results that turned out the way that it did, I am so darn excited. San Francisco 49ers, frauds. Absolute frauds. They don't know how to win. Let me get to my guy Arturo with the super chat. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so very much for the contribution. He says this. I don't know how many chances the 49ers think they got to be on the top. It's funny. Every single week, I go live on the NFC West Roundtable on Tuesdays, 7 p.m. AZ time. If you don't know, check it out. But they always think like that because they were at the top of the division at one point. They're always trying to find ways of how can these guys within the West crumble, right? How can these guys within the NFC West crumble? Because honestly, that's really the only chance they got for somebody else's downfall. Like, that's the only way that the San Francisco 49ers have a ticket to the playoffs this year. If the Cardinals somehow crumble, which obviously we still need to wait and see. We have 7 games left. The Seahawks coming off a very, very good win against the San Francisco 49ers. So we can't take this game too lightly. And on top of that, we're actually going to Seattle. So it's not going to be an easy game, right? It really isn't. But if you're going to give me the option to choose between Obviously, Geno Smith and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray all the way, especially because Kyler Murray has been playing very, very, very good. And our run attack has been very, very, very good all year. Kyler Murray's been showing consistency for the last 5 or 6 weeks. Hey, I take the red hot Arizona Cardinals right now over the Seattle Seahawks, but that might just be my fandom, right? That might just be my fandom. But yeah, I don't know, man. The 49ers right now, I've jumped on a few different podcasts, and obviously shout out here to my guy, Jesse from Last Second Sports. They don't know where to turn to right now. They don't know where to turn to. Big questions out there should Brock Purdy get paid? We might be living in a world, ladies and gentlemen. We might be living in a world where they pay Brock Purdy $55-60 million. And that might be the last Super Bowl might have been his peak. There's been an obvious regression. There's an obvious regression with Brock Purdy. Now, I'm not saying he's trash. No, not at all. I think Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. But to say we have Brock Purdy, we're going to go and win the division. We have Brock Purdy, we're going to go to the Super Bowl again. No, not at all. I don't think Brock Purdy's trash. I'm just going to say that he's not, right? But I don't think he's enough to say we're going to win the West again. And I feel like a lot of San Francisco 49ers had the mentality of, oh, this quarterback is probably one of the best in the West. And of course, all the weapons that they have with Kittle, McCaffrey, and Debo, they thought it was a shoo-in. They thought it was going to be an easy thing to go, right? No, that's not the case. We might be seeing a shift here within the West real soon, right? Real soon. Man, oh man, oh man. What a time to be alive. I'm just going to say, what a time to be alive. We got a couple super chats coming in here. We got Arturo doubling down with another super chat. Appreciate you, man. He says, their luck has run out. Let's effing go. It's our time. This is the time, 100%. This is the time right now where the Arizona Cardinals need to look themselves in the mirror right now. They need to look themselves in the mirror and say, we can take this. We can take the West right now. We can take it. The San Francisco 49ers, after the Seahawks game, they got the Packers, they got the Bills, and they got the 49ers. Sorry, wow, let me repeat that again. They got the Packers, they got the Bills, they got the Bears, right? Let's say they win two or three of those, right? Let's say they win one of three. Right? Because I don't see them going to Lambeau and beating the Packers personally. I really don't. Do they beat the Bills? No. Do they beat the Bears? Yeah, they'll probably beat the Bears. The Rams game, that's after in 4 weeks, that's going to be a very, very pivotal game for the NFC West to see who stays alive within this division race. Because in 4 weeks from now, we're talking about Rams versus San Francisco 49ers. And the 49ers right now has not won a single division game. They haven't won a single division game at all. Guess what? We're 2-0 in the division right now. What a time to be alive. It's amazing. Ryan with the super chat. What's up, Ryan? Appreciate you for being here, man. He says, Kyler Murray will prove we are the best in the West. Love it. Love it. Hey, I'm going to sit here and say this right now, right? I know there was a lot of critique coming from me about Kyler Murray, about the inconsistencies. And although I'll still take that take to the grave because, we needed to see it, right? With what we're seeing here with these last 5 or 6 weeks, Kyler Murray, take a bow because you potentially can be the top dog in the NFC West this year, right? And probably best quarterback in the NFC West. I get it. Stafford's got a Super Bowl, right? But with how Kyler Murray's playing within these last 4 to 6 games, keep the consistency up. There's a lot of people that don't believe the Cardinals shouldn't even be in this position right now, right? There's a lot of people that didn't feel like the Cardinals should have even been in this position right now that we're in. Bask in the glory, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolutely amazing feeling. San Francisco 49ers lose to the Seattle Seahawks, and right now, their whole fan base does not know what to do with themselves. It's wild. It's really crazy. They ended up losing 20-17 against a Geno Smith-led Seattle Seahawks team. Geno didn't have a bad game. Like, I mean, I guess he didn't have a great game either, but like Brock Purdy didn't have a good game either. Brock Purdy was 21 for 28, 159 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, right? Like, that's it. And Christian McCaffrey, which is obviously the only guy that was really rushing the ball, I think we actually saw Jordan Mason a little bit, but 79 yards ain't going to cut it, right? One-dimensional. The 49ers were one-dimensional in this game. And Gino just made that extra play that got him the W. We got my guy Lego says, this season is giving me 2008 vibes. Don't, please. Come on, let's not get too great. Oh my God, maybe? I mean, I'm just going to say this, right? I know who's saying that, and if you're correct, I will give you all your flowers. I will give you all your flowers if it happens. I will give you all your flowers if it happens, because right now, to me, it's one game at a time to me, right? One game at a time, and I feel like that's the way the Arizona Cardinals are treating this as well, right? One game at a time. But if we come out of the bye week, and this is a big if, the Cardinals take care of business in Seattle and come out with the W, and we're talking about what? Is that 5 in a row at that point? Man, there needs to be a level of putting some respect on this Arizona Cardinals name, right? I'm talking about the fan bases. I can care less on what these national media, that are now starting to jump on the train of the Cardinals win. Now they want to start talking about us, right? I'm talking about the other fan bases out there that say to themselves, the Cardinals haven't won anybody or beat anybody this year. I'm talking about those people, because for some reason there's a portion of people that feel like the Cardinals haven't accomplished anything this year, which is absolutely wild, right? One of the biggest accomplishments so far is that we're year 2 of Jonathan Gannon, and look where the standings are, right? That's an accomplishment on its own there. We're at the top of the division. The San Francisco 49ers had an opportunity twice. They had an opportunity twice to rip the soul out of one of these guys in the division. Not us, right? Not us. But they had an opportunity twice to rip the soul and put a fork in one of these guys in the division. The Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. They had an opportunity to do it, and guess what? They blew it. They blew it. They don't know how to win games. Big question. Are they going to sign Brock Purdy into a long-term deal? Technically, next year, they don't have to. But guess what? If he's a guy that you're going to be rolling with, that market just goes up and up and up and up. So, let's see what the San Francisco 49ers decide to do, because right now, shambles. Arturo with another super chat, tripling down. My goodness, Arturo, thank you so very much again. He says, start from the bottom. Now we're here, King of the West. Wow, let me get you the DJ air horn for that. It's crazy. Honestly, I think a lot of my excitement right now is acknowledging that the San Francisco 49ers are just not as big of a threat as I thought. Now, granted, yes, can they go on a streak? Yes, they can. But I just told you the next 3 or 4 games they got coming their way, right? I just told you the next 3 or 4 games the San Francisco 49ers got coming their way. The Green Bay Packers in Lambeau. What was the other one? Sorry, the Bills. And then they got the Bears. Let's say they beat the Bears. And then they got the Rams. So let's say they go 2-2 in that stretch. Let's just give them a bonus. Say they go 2-2 in that stretch. That'll put them at 7-7 on the season. You need to hit 10 wins to win this division. I don't think anybody can disagree with me in there, right? You need to win 10 wins in this division in order for you to want the West. 10 wins you need. Can the San Francisco 49ers do it? I don't think so. I do not think so. Where are the Seahawks right now? Okay, so the Seahawks after this game, they got us. They got the Cardinals. They got the Jets. And then the Cardinals again. And then the Packers. So the next 4 games, we decide if they're back in it or if we stick a fork in their season, right? Because they got us, they got the Jets, us again, and the Green Bay Packers. Man, I would love to sweep the Seahawks. Man, I would love to sweep the Seahawks. Is it possible? Anything's possible. Is it going to be hard? Yes. Yes, it is. Absolutely, yes, it is. Now, I don't know if you guys heard, but there's rumors about potentially the Cardinals-Vikings game getting flexed. Did you guys hear that? I ended up hearing it on Arizona Sports a couple days back, and I'm like, okay, whoa, wow. There's a possibility. There's a possibility that the Cardinals might get another primetime game. Maybe. It's a rumor right now. But right now, the way that it's said is that in week 12, I'm sorry, not week 12, I apologize, week 13, where the Cardinals take on the Minnesota Vikings, the primetime game for that day, let me go on to Google here real quick. So for week 13, the primetime game for that, it's going to be Browns and Broncos. Browns and Broncos, ladies and gentlemen. The Sunday night football game is going to be 49ers and Bills. So that's going to be cool to watch. That's going to be a good one. But the Monday night football game on December the 2nd is going to be Browns and Broncos. The rumor that I've been hearing from, like I said, shout out Arizona Sports, they said that there might be a possibility that the Cardinals might get flexed. Might, right? Obviously, it's going to really determine on how the NFL feels. Are they going to get ratings? Let's say the Cardinals do beat the Seattle Seahawks, right? Let's say they do. We're talking about two teams, the Vikings that are fighting to stay within their division, and then you got the Arizona Cardinals. Hopefully, if we win in week 12, then we're going to still be at the top of the division, right? I don't know. There's a possibility. To me, I'm not so like yay or nay about it. I'm kind of like in the middle. Primetime is cool and all, but it's like a day away more that I have to wait. So I'm not cool with that portion of it all. But I understand if there is going to be a scenario where the Arizona Cardinals do somehow get flexed. And that's 2015 vibes there, lady. That's 2015 vibes there, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, exactly. My guy in the chat says Browns and Broncos. Nobody wants that. Yeah, so there might be, just maybe. It's not for certain, but you're talking about two teams that might be one of the best games in that week, to be honest with you. Like, if you look at the week 13 slate, you got the Bears and Lions. We know what's going to happen there. You got the Cowboys and the Giants, bottom barrel teams. You got the Dolphins and the Packers. Is what it is. Wait, week 13. I'm sorry, I might be doing this wrong. I apologize. Give me a second. Week 12, because this is when we come back and play. Yeah. So this is the right week. Okay, cool. Yeah, you just got a lot of like mediocre games, right? Like the primetime games that are set, they're good games. Like the Bills and 49ers. You got the Commanders and the Titans. We know the Commanders are going to beat them. Seahawks and Jets. Nobody wants to see that. Colts and Patriots. Nobody wants to see that. Chargers and Falcons. Nobody wants to see it. So you got a lot of like mediocre games. This game could be a really, really good potential flex option. I'm not saying I'm for it, but I'm also not saying no either. So just putting the seed out there, how you guys feel about that whole scenario. But hey, let's continue to talk about still being at the top of the West, ladies and gentlemen, because man, oh man, oh man, the 49ers had an opportunity and absolutely laid an egg, ladies and gentlemen, laid an egg. All right, right now we got over 150 people here on the YouTube side. Do me a huge favor, YouTube family, smack up the like button. If you're just getting in here, subscribe. Subscribe to the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. We're on the road to 16K, ladies and gentlemen. Can't do it without you guys. I think we might do another giveaway. I'm not going to lie to you. I think we might do another giveaway. TBD on that. I'm not even going to say anything right now. We might do another giveaway if we hit 16K. Because we just hit 15K not so long ago. So for people out there that are just hovering, if you want to take part, subscribe. We're gonna be doing another giveaway here pretty soon. All right, let's take some comments here in the chat. AC, what's up, AC? He says, more than Kurt, nobody can be compared to Kurt Warner. Some of you have no idea what Kurt means for this franchise. You're talking about Kurt Warner. I don't know who's comparing him. Personally, I'm not comparing Kyler to anybody, and you might be talking to somebody in the chat, AC. That's probably exactly what's going on. Yeah, Kurt Warner's done a lot for this franchise, absolutely. But I mean, right now, we're excited, right? We're just excited right now, man. We're excited. I wouldn't take too harshly to what people are saying in the chat. Everybody's excited right now, man. But people are throwing their best takes right now, and some of them it might not even be there because we're just so darn excited that we're at the top. So don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. Kurt has done a lot for this franchise, and I'm excited to see what Kyler can do, though. Maybe he could be better. We'll see. Let's go with Yes. What's up, Yes? Oh, actually, there's conversations going here. Let's go with Jameson. Jameson says if RD keeps playing lights out like they have, and our O-line keeps doing their thing, free playoffs. Here's the thing. Week 12 starts up in 2 days. Technically, right? We got to get through the Monday Night Football game, right? So technically, we got to get through that. So once we hit Tuesday, the start of week 12 for the Cardinals, getting ready for Seattle. Or technically, we're going to get ready for them tomorrow, right? Technically, we are. But there's a real strong possibility we're going to be seeing Darius Robinson come back. A strong possibility. Now, is there also a possibility that he doesn't? Yes, that is also out there as well. And there's also another strong possibility that we might see Jonah Williams come back. So, for what it's worth, we're getting healthy, man. We're getting absolutely healthy. Jonah coming back, and so far, Kelvin Beachum has looked pretty solid, right? But when Jonah Williams was there in week 1, he looked pretty solid too. So the guy that we paid, that we have signed up until the 2025 season, I believe it is, I think it was a 2-year contract that he signed. So we have him for this year and next year. All right, our right tackle probably going to make his appearance, his reappearance back in 2024. Darius Robinson coming back. More pressure to potentially Geno Smith. Yeah. You know what's actually surprising to me? Now thinking about, was Geno like under pressure in this game? Let's take a look here. I did watch the game, but during this game, there was 49ers and Hawks, but there was also the Bills versus the Chiefs. So I was kind of going back and forth on this game. Let me take a look at the 49ers. What were their stat lines when it comes down to sack? No, I mean, they're providing a lot of sacks. Gross Matos had a sack. Leonard Floyd, 1.5. Nick Bosa, 1.5. So that's 3. So it was 4 sacks that defense. Oh, no, man. The Cardinals are going to cook. Cardinals are going to cook it up. Man, oh, man, oh, man. Wow. That is crazy. Yeah, no. One thing that I know is that one thing that I do know is that their O-line in Seattle is not very good. Their O-line is not very good. So if you provide pressure to Geno and don't allow that offense to get going, and the offense does their job, our offense, this could be a good game for us. This could be a good game for us. It's hard to sweep a division rival, that's for sure. To me, I'm just worried about this next game. Take care of this next game once we come back, and I think a lot of things can kind of fall into place here for the Cardinals. Lose, and we're potentially talking about the Cardinals dropping to the 3rd or 4th spot. Like, that's how tight this division is. Like, it's crazy. This division is super tight. I don't think the Rams are going to win. I really don't. I don't think they're going to beat the Eagles. The 49ers, I don't think they're going to win either. So, you got to beat the Seahawks. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, if the Cardinals beat the Seahawks, we're 7-4. if we lose to the Seahawks, we're 6-5, and then they're going to be 6-5 as well. So what will happen if my prediction is correct? The Rams lose, the 49ers lose. I guess technically we'll still be at the top because we have 2 division wins under our belt, but so do they. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. All right, we win. We're going to win. Positive thoughts, ladies, and positive thoughts. What's up, my guy? Freji Mendez. What's up, man, with the $10 donation? Appreciate it, buddy, man. Thank you so very much for the contribution. He says this, hey, Mike, I recently gambled all of my savings away. Oh, my goodness. Can you please shout me out, Freji Mendez? I'm doing YouTube full time now and go spinning it into a comeback story. Hey, well, shout out my guy Freji Mendez. I hope this is not real, man. It's a lot of cash there. There's a lot of resources, by the way. I know my sponsor is BetUS. There's a lot of resources out there, man, if you need some sort of help. But if you are starting a YouTube channel or you already started a YouTube channel, check my guy out here, man. Appreciate the $10 donation, my guy. All right, let's keep it with the chat here. Carter says they would be first. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So it would be we would be 2-1. They would be 2-1, but because they beat us, they would be technically at the top. So, like I said, let's not even think about that scenario, right? Our scenario right now, we got to win. We got to win. Yo, Freji, okay. I see you right here, man. I see your YouTube channel. It's a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to my guy Freji Mendez. He does have a YouTube channel. Yes, he does. It's actually at Freji Mendez. Anybody want to go ahead and support? Go and show him some love over there, man. Appreciate the $10 donation. But yes, it does actually exist. I just had to look it up myself. Let's keep it with the chat. No F's given says bro has to be trolling. I mean, maybe not. I mean, maybe it's this attempt to go full time here on YouTube. I mean, it's a fun job. I'm not gonna lie, it's a fun job. I mean, I don't know if you guys know, but yeah, this is my full time too. Let's go with my guy. Is it XC Men 3? Okay, I'm not even gonna. But my guy in the chat says the fact that as a fan, none of the teams scare me is an amazing feeling. Took us a long time to get here. The crazy thing is that we shouldn't even be here per most people's standards. Not talking about us, right? Bird Gang, I'm not talking about us. We always feel confident no matter what happens. We're like, we're doing this, we're doing that until we are at the end of the season or God forbid, we only got 4 wins, right? People here in this community, right? People in this community, the Arizona Cardinals community, we believe in this team. We're just snake bitten. We have this thing about the way we live because we don't want to get hurt, right? So we say to ourselves, oh, they're doing good, but A, I don't want to jinx it. B, I don't want to get too high. I don't want to get too low, right? B or C, they might come crashing down. And that's the thing. I don't blame people for feeling that way. This Cardinals organization has been very, very inconsistent, but this year does feel good. This year does feel good. Jimenez. Oh my God, I feel silly. Appreciate you, Jimenez. Thank you so very much. It does feel different. I'm not gonna lie to you. This year feels different. And it took a little bit to get me to this train. I'm not gonna lie to you. It took me a little bit to get to this train because of the way that Cardinal fans have been feeling of seeing the success that we're seeing. Now, granted, it's not over. We're only halfway done. We got a lot of things to finish off first before, right? Take care of business, Cardinals, please. Please. We got the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. This is a big game for the division. A big game for the division. And guess what? The Seahawks saved themselves. This standings that you're seeing here, this is a screenshot from Google. Technically, I think the Seahawks are actually over the San Francisco 49ers. Technically. So, this is not fully correct. Granted, they're all 5-5, everybody below us, but technically, I think the Seattle Seahawks are actually over the 49ers. So, this graphic that you're seeing right here on the screen, I took a screenshot of this from Google and then placed it. Technically, the 49ers are in the bottom because they're 0-3 in the division. My goodness. Currently, right now, everybody over there, that whole fan base right now is going through it. They're going through
emotional damage.
Emotional damage for the San Francisco 49ers. How the mighty, how they've fallen. It's so amazing. It's a good feeling. This is what I was waiting. The downfall of the 49ers, ladies and gentlemen. Love to see it. Lego, what's up, man? He says, you can blame Cliff Kingsbury for that feeling. That's fair. Treating the season as let me read it again. Treating the season as over once week 11 and rolled around. So what you're saying is, that's true. The feeling of you can start off 7-0, right, or have a really good record, but come crumbling down or crashing down, that was Cliff Kingsbury's forte, right? Can they finish off strong? This regime that we're seeing here from Jonathan Gannon, it feels different, right? It does feel different. And if I got to take that take and what I just said, and maybe I could be wrong in the end of the year, I'm still seeing really good things from this regime so far, right? So far this year, with what we've seen from Jonathan Gannon, Nick Rallis, and Drew Petzing, and I know Drew Petzing, 5 weeks ago, everybody wanted him fired. A lot of people wanted Drew Petzing fired, but it's just sticking to the process, right? Believing in this Arizona Cardinals organization, just like they believe in themselves, and good things will follow, right? Good things will follow. I'm excited. Woo! I'm so darn excited, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. Give me a second. I did see a message come through here in the Man, the NFC West roundtable is going to be so fun this week. Oh my God. If you guys don't know, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. AZ time, check out the NFC West roundtable. It's going to be so fun. Oh, Jesse. If you don't know, he is our representative for the San Francisco 49ers. He's not going to be too happy. He's not going to be too happy. I'm so excited, y'all. So excited. What's up, Freddie? Mike, are we going to win next Sunday? I mean, that's a good question. I mean, you're asking right now an Arizona Cardinal fan that is very, very excited right now, right? So I'm going to say, heck yeah, we're going to win next week, right? But you're also asking an Arizona Cardinal fan that's very, very excited right now. So, top of the division, it ain't over yet, but we haven't been here in a very, very, very long time. He might show up late. He might show up late, ladies and gentlemen. He might show up late. We'll see what happens there, though. What's up, Jimenez? Jimenez says, Arizona Cardinals like to play in Seattle, so I'm ready for next week. Let's effing go, Bird Gang. Yes, the history shows that the Cardinals do a very good job in Seattle, except for last year. Obviously, except for last year, the first year of Jonathan Gannon. We usually beat them up there, and they usually beat us here. Usually that's how it goes. But said this once and I'll say it again. Treat every week, every single week, like it's a must win, and it will fall into place. I promise you. Kyler, please. It's in your hands. This offense, in your hands. Jonathan Gannon, in your hands. James Conner, in your hands. Marvin, in your hand. This is in everybody's hands. You got the mental health of the Phoenix, Arizona, or the Phoenix, Arizona metropolitan area, right? You got their mental health at stake right here. Let's take care of business. Let's take care of business. All right, let's go with my guy Fabian. What's up, Fabian, with the $5 donation? He says this: I think the fact that we are relatively healthy this season compared to past seasons is a major part on why we are seeing so much success. Yeah, right? That's true. But you also got to give you're 100% right. You are correct. Being healthy compared to, let's say, for example, the 49ers, right? Where they didn't have McCaffrey for the first 9 weeks. They lost Ayuk. Kittle seems to be off and on. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? There's a lot of inconsistencies with the 49ers. You're right there. But Kyler Murray has been playing out of his mind. Out of his mind. Out of his mind. We got to give kudos all around. The health is a big factor too, and you're 100% correct. But man, we're seeing prime Kyler Murray right now. That's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing prime Kyler Murray right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. I just love every second of it. I really do. I'm still in shock. I'm not gonna lie to you. I appreciate the $5 contribution, Fabian. You are correct. You are absolutely correct. Ivan, what's up, Ivan? He says, "Sir, I'm in Colorado. Well, Texas this week, but I'm from the Valley." Well, that's all that matters, right? That's all that matters. Everybody from the Arizona metropolitan area that's an Arizona Cardinal fan, or Arizona Cardinal fans that are spread out throughout the United States, right? Arizona Cardinals, you got our mental health in your hands. That's probably, I should have said that better, right? I know there's a lot of Cardinal fans around the United States and around the world too, right? So you got our mental health in your hands, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. I really am. I think the Cardinals can take care of business, and let's see what happens here. Ian in the chat says, "Can't wait for next Sunday." This just makes this game bigger, right? The 49ers won. I'm sorry. Wow. Let me start that over. The Seahawks won. That's what I meant to say. So, this game coming our way this weekend makes it this much better, this much sweeter, right? You got two teams that are actually giving their all, right? And I'm not saying if they lost this game, I'm talking about the Seahawks. I'm not saying if they lost this game that they would not give it their all next week, but it just adds more, right? It adds more oomph, right? More at stake. It adds more to it. The Cardinals rushing attack. I'm curious to figure out if that Seattle Seahawks defense is ready for it. I'm so curious to figure out if they are ready for the Arizona Cardinals run attack. And if they are, Kyler Murray, let it fly. Just let it fly. Because it can happen. It can happen. Right now, to me, the best team in the NFC right now is not in this division. I want to be honest with you guys. It's the freaking Lions. The Lions look to be no joke. So that's why I'm tempering my expectations for people out there saying Super Bowl. And I know the Cardinals stood toe-to-toe with them and only lost to 7 points. I'm fully aware. But as we don't look the same as we did in the beginning of the season, right? We look different now compared to the beginning of the season. So does the Lions. The Lions look to be scary. But here's the thing. What I want the West. That's what I'm looking for. I want the West and an opportunity to get into the dance. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking for a chance to win this darn West and get an opportunity at the dance. And the dance means, obviously, the playoffs, right? That's what I'm looking forward to. So, hey, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. We'll have to kind of wait and see. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man. We're all we're all excited, as y'all should be. As y'all should be. All right, let's do this. Let's take a couple more comments here, and then we'll close up shop. Now, if you guys do not know, we are on the road to 16K, ladies and gentlemen. We are thinking about doing a giveaway. So if you guys are just hovering around and don't, but obviously if you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, subscribe. On the road to 16K, we're less than 400 subscribers away. We might hit it if we do a play-by-play by this coming week. If not, no worries, but we might do another giveaway. Not going to give those details out yet. Just really depends if we hit it or we don't. But subscribe it up. If you're watching this on X/Twitter, shoot us a follow. Yeah, let's take a couple more comments and then we're going to close up shop here. Let's go over to, we got my guy Jameson in the chat, says the Commanders are frauds. How I feel about the Commanders is what I think a lot of people, Cardinals within our fan base, feels about the Commanders. I don't think they're frauds per se, but I do believe that they're going to go through I'm not even going to say a regression, but maybe of a little bit of slump, right? Now, their back end of the schedule isn't hard. So that's one thing they got going for them, right? Now, can Cliff Kingsbury get out of that stigma of him crashing and burning in the second half of the season? Can Cliff Kingsbury come out of that stigma? Maybe, right? Can he? We'll see. We'll see. So I personally don't think the Commanders are frauds. I just think that the Eagles are a much more superior team than they are. Now, is Jaden Daniels hurt? Maybe. He can be. We don't know. But we saw that the Eagles are the best team in that division, right? Commanders are a close second, and that's definitely something to hang their hat on because they were, the second overall in the draft. You know? For the people that were hearing me last year, it's possible to go from worst to first. It's possible. It just depends on what the culture is and what players you bring in. Shout out to Monty Ossenfort. Shout out to Jonathan Gannon. Shout out to everybody in this new regime. Because look where we're at. 6-4 with the potential to be 7-4. Now, yes, I agree. Chill, right? Let's prepare. Let's see if D-Rob comes back. Let's see if Jonah Williams comes back. And then we just get much healthier, right? Richie in the chat says, Commanders got an easy schedule. Yep, 100%. If you do not know, take a look at the Commanders' schedule for the remaining. It's a pretty easy one. Now, granted, do the Cardinals have an easy schedule? We got winnable games. I think more are winnable than not, but it depends on how we show up versus Seattle, right? If the Cardinals beat Seattle, and then we got the Vikings, that Vikings game is going to be super like who this team is. Who is this team, right? We had 3-game stretch coming our way that we can either continue to stay within this West or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But hey, we're talking about November football. Like we're talking about November football. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. What's up, Gino? What's up, man? Appreciate the $5 donation. He says this. Anyone who's seen games at State Farm Stadium knows how sad it is to see those 6 banners in the rafters. Only 5 division wins all the time. Win the NFC West would be huge. Boom. Let me get your DJ air horn for that. 100%. Yeah, you're right. 100%. We don't see a lot of banners within the Arizona Cardinals State Farm State. You're 100% right. It would be big. It would be big. For 49er fans, an NFC West title doesn't mean anything to them, right? Because of how often they get it. For us, hell yeah, it does. Hell yeah, it does. It means a lot to us. And it would mean a lot to us because a couple different reasons. A, you got the West, and then B, that's a playoff ticket to get into the dance, right? 100% agree with this take. 100%. It's West for me. It's West for me. If the Cardinals don't get the West by the end of this year, will I be sad? Will I be disappointed? Yes, I would be. But that doesn't mean I'm going to say scrap it up, it's over. No, not at all, right? What they've accomplished so far, I think a lot of us are pretty darn excited. Now, continue it, right? I'm not saying go undefeated. but I'm also not saying crash and burn. It just really depends on how the Cardinals finish off these next game stretch. It feels like forever since we had a freaking Cardinals game. It feels like forever. So I'm ready. I'm ready for next Sunday. I really, really am. Jakai, what's up, man? He says, "Oh man, missed the live stream. No worries, man. You can always watch it on the playback. It will be on the AZ Sports Fan here on the live chat, on the live section. You can always watch it on the playback. No worries. If you're watching this on X or Twitter, you will have to watch the playback on YouTube because it does get deleted from X and Twitter after the live is over. Just FYI. All right, one more comment, and we're closing up shop, ladies and gentlemen. But what a time to be alive. We are all excited. We're all excited, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go with, is it Dad? Right? Dad? Yeah. What do you think happens if we win every game, but the Seahawks sweep us? So you're saying, so let's say, so you're saying Seahawks sweep us, right? So that would put us at 6 losses for the season. But we win every game. I mean, that'll put us at 11-6 for the season. So, I mean, it's not how it's how you finish, really. So you're saying we win every single game but the Seahawks games, right? So we lose to the 2 Seahawks, but we won every single game. So that means we sweep the 49ers. Sorry. I'm coming down. I was a little sick not so long ago. I'm getting better, though. So you're saying we sweep the 49ers, we sweep the Rams, but we get swept by the Seahawks, what you're saying? I mean, we're still 11-6, so I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci. All right, last one. Let's go with Marty. What's up, Marty? We don't see banners in all Arizona sports. We're miserable. So enjoy enjoy the F out of this card. Yeah, 100%. Yep. I was going to mention that as well. It's not just the Cardinal Stadium. It's also in the Suns Footprint Center. And then also in Chase Field as well, where the Diamondbacks play too. So, and we could have mentioned the Coyotes, but unfortunately they got stripped away from us, and we don't have a hockey team anymore. But that's not what we're here to talk about. No, but you're right. Hey, all right. So let's do this. We're going to close up shop, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, tomorrow we're going to be talking about the Cardinals. Hopefully, we get some good news about D-Rob. Hopefully, we get some good news here from Jonah Williams. But most likely, we're probably going to get the official word maybe sometime during like either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday if they're going to be, good to go. Because keep in mind that the Cardinals had to activate Darius Robinson because of the 21-day practice window. So right now he is activated on the roster, but just hasn't been able to play, obviously. So let's close up shop. Let me just do another quick shout out here to the sponsors of the AZ Sports Fan here on YouTube. And of course, that's going to be none other than BetUS. If you're looking for a brand new sports book, BetUS is the way to go. Currently, right now, if you use promo code YouTube150, they will provide you with a 150% sign-up bonus on your first deposit and a 125% sign-up bonus on the following 2. That's going to be up to $2,000 by using promo code YouTube150 upon signing up. Of course, bet within your means and bet responsibly as well. Now, real quick, we do have a lot of prop bets coming our way, and then we put them on the community tab. If you are a gambling man or a gambling woman, I'll let you know what the odds look like for the Cardinals versus Seahawks, and then there's also props for specific players as well. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be closing up shop. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. As always, it's always a pleasure to speak to everybody. Huge shout out to everybody. Do me a huge favor, smack up the like button on your way out. The Cardinals are still at the top of the division. Let's freaking go. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and as always, go Cardinals.